Hey guys, it's Ben the Coin Geek at Old Pueblo Coin. Thanks for joining me with our some of our new purchases from the Central State Show. We're going to do like a video today and a video tomorrow, and we're going to have some stuff in here. I'll show you that's going to be kind of things I'm going to hold on to near the end. I'll show you a couple things that I picked up for myself. And in the meantime, let's enjoy the show. I've got all kinds of cool coins for you today, a mixture of the unusual to the divine, metaphorically speaking, not metaphysically speaking, but also check out this proof barber that I got, 1912. Most of your proof barbers are going to have mintages of less than 1,000. Lots of them are in that 500 ballpark, 500, 700. 1912, this is PCGS proof 64. $1,200 on that guy. A very, very lovely coin. I actually picked this coin over a coin that was more, what would you say, frosted. It didn't have that little bit of haze to the field like you see, but this coin I thought was so much more clean looking that I picked it up because I thought, man, those surfaces are sultry. Sultry in a good way. In a good way. Next up, now this is something that you probably have seen 1,000 of, right? A 1964 Kennedy half dollar. And of course, this one has a little bit of a tone to it, but actually, you know, the technical grade on this is really strong, and it's the type of thing that I thought was a very, very attractive coin. So I bought it. It's an MS66 Plus. So that's what you would consider to be a coin that is just rare based on the grade. So for people who are putting together registry sets and things of that nature, you know, that's something that's just kind of a fun piece for those folks. I see a lot of graded steel cents, and a lot of them will be really high grade, and not all of them have good eye appeal to them. This guy still has, well, this one spot is clearly on the case. The spot kind of in front of his nose is on his nose, but the rest of the coin, that just super, super frosty, soft, satiny finish. One of the nicest looking steel cents that I've seen, MS66. Nice coin. Of course, for 60 bucks, it's not super expensive, but also I think it's kind of like top pop things are probably in the 8s, I'd imagine, on a coin like that. Next up, 1934 Denver Mint Peace Dollar. For those of you putting together Peace Dollar sets, kind of a fun coin to get. This one is blast white, something that some people like a little bit of tone, but some people want a coin that's really, really white. And of course, when you look at them, sometimes you got to make sure that those spots and stuff are on the plastic. You know they're on the plastic when they move relative to everything else. So I'm just showing you the spots on the plastic. The MS63, really attractive. So I bought this because I thought it was like really nice for the grade. So it's a little bit of it's a plus coin in my book. That's right, I have a big book and I keep notes. 1880 Philadelphia Mint. And here is a very high grade mint state, seated, almost a touch, seated dime, almost a touch of proof likeness. I gotta get the long view first on this coin, just because that long view is dapper. So lovely looking toning. Very strong coin, very smooth fields overall. MS66 CAC approved, stickered. Just a lovely coin. And so one of the things, it's hard because I see lots of coins at shows. I don't ever know exactly what to pick up or what will sell or what won't sell, but I buy stuff that I think you'll like because I like it. And sometimes I buy stuff that shows up at the table because it's offered to me, and you know, I think it'll be something that someone else would like. Here's a nice, decent Boone, MS64, 160. So if you're putting together a set of commems, there's a Boone for you. I think that's One of those trick questions of people who are on both sides of the coin. Boone is on both sides of the coin. All right, now back to 1934, Denver. So I bought a second one of these. This is a very different price point on a coin that was also, I thought, very sultry. Now this one is not white, but has a very original finish to it. Really smooth satiny surfaces underneath that tone, MS6065 plus. Different kind of ballpark for you, for those of you who are swimming in the deep end a little bit. That is a choice coin. Picked up this cute little 3-cent silver in an annex holder. I thought this was decent, more than decent actually. I think this coin's undergraded by at least 2 grades. I think that I think this coin is easily an AU, and it's graded XF. But you can see it's got pretty much full luster underneath the dirt. Now these guys come super lightly struck, but that's a cool coin. If you've got an album, I think that coin's kind of a deal for you. You know, if you want to break it out and put it in. Here's another coin that I thought was kind of a deal. I buy coins like this just to hurt myself. I don't mean financially, I mean just mentally and emotionally, because this is the type of coin that I've had that I've sent in that's come back questionable color or artificial toning or something like that. And just super cool coin. Also, MS63 is a very slight grade. Now, I will tell you why I think the technical grade is correct, because you'll see a line that is running, the heavier lines that run across the face there, you know, it kind of brings the grade down. But the fields on this coin could be a much higher grade coin. Man, as I look at this closer, I'm just thinking I underpriced this coin. But anyways, I like that one. That one's cool. 21s don't always come attractive. Little known fact, Sammy. But that one I think is attractive. I got another annex coin that I picked up. This guy I just thought was lovely. So this is a 51S, and annex called it a 66. And if it doesn't sell relatively quickly, I'll probably, just for the heck of it, send it in for crossover to PCGS, because I thought it was really a nice 66. I think it's a 66 all day long, and that is 125 bucks on this guy, and just a real pretty coin. I actually wrote crack on it. There we go. I didn't write crossover, although crossover is maybe what I want to do. Well, I mean, if you've seen some of the things that I like, some of you are not surprised to see this coin. Annex Soapbox 1851, $2.50 gold piece with all kinds of fun stuff going on in a VF20 holder. I mean, I just thought this coin was fun. This is this weird combination of like old holders and stuff that I kind of dig on. Plus, check out this die break / cut on the edge of the coin. So that's an actual raised area where the die just kind of like shattered, and so the metal flows up in there when the coin gets struck. And I just thought that was a neat coin. Just kind of a strange curiosity piece on this guy. This guy is going to be 600 bucks on that guy. Kind of a fun numismatic relic. Speaking of relics, I got something else to show you here. I thought this was really lovely. This is an Alfonso the 8th medal from the Philippines. And it's actually in a PCGS holder where they took a couple holders and they melded them together. Look at that. It's getting out of hand. And so it's really cool because they actually put the little crossbars in here, kind of safely tucked in. Pretty cool how they did that. Disciplina, Libertad, 1896 to 1898. They had this graded MS62, which is also rather interesting. And this is a $450 item. So something that is a little bit different. Definitely a lot bit different. As I look for my next victim here. Pardon me. Pardon my dust. 1834. Bust $50. You can see we've got a decent amount of luster there, but also I would call that luster is probably only about, you know, a third left, maybe a skosh more than that. This is an AU50 small date, small letters. I had a small date once. 310 on that guy. Gonna go to Yuma next. Here we go. Here is a 1868. Oh, so this one, okay, I remember this coin. This is funny. I'm like going through coins like I've never seen them before. Little, just slightly proof-like field. 1868 is that's a date that I've had several proofs on. And yeah, has contrast like a proof. Check that out. Okay, how about you check it out with focus? Okay, that's an idea. Yeah, but I'm pretty certain it is correctly analyzed as an MS62. $1,300 on that guy. There's a couple of these bad boys in that I got when I was there. There's one that is really stunning, and this one was also very beautiful. It's 1881. This is a proof, 64 red brown. And I thought the coin had a really nice look to it. I also thought that it was mostly red, and the part that wasn't red was like pink and mauve and orange, and just really pretty. So that one is 700 on that guy. 1878 7/8 tail feather varieties. So this is 1878. There are lots of VAMs varieties within the Morgan series of 1878, the first year of action. But there's also many that are not really considered VAMs, that are just like considered a common variety. This is amongst them, the 7/8 tail feathers. So, and you can see right at the base of the tail feathers there. I'm going to zoom in a little bit further, closer. Under those tail feathers, you can see the other tail feathers popping out. Pretty cool, and this coin has a lovely look to it. This is a 1878, 78. This is the weak variety, MS63, 265 on that guy. This one is interesting. So this 1928 Denver Mint, I'm really considering taking this one and giving it the old cracker whacker here. You guys tell me what grade this coin appears to be to you. Or you can just say it in your head. You don't have to. You can shout it out loud and scare the dog, whatever you want to do. So I don't know that there's really enough room anywhere in this coin to actually crack it out or do anything with it. Well, that's not really stopped me in the past. AU55 on a coin that looks fairly new, close to new. I like the verbal grade of about uncirculated versus almost uncirculated. About uncirculated kind of intimates that the coin is, you know, it's about uncirculated, versus almost, and almost just indicates that it's not uncirculated. Anyways, I think that's a nice value at 150 bucks. 1936. Walking Liberty $50. Really nice looking fields. Of course, the design that's used on the Silver Eagle. This PCGS graded coin is blast white, MS65 with the CAC approval. 3 1/4 on that guy. Gonna mix it up a little bit with something that I picked up right before I left the show. I was super excited about this piece. You guys, if you collect ancients a little bit, or if you've seen some movies, you'll recognize this guy's, thick head, right? Thick head, thick neck, all the same dude. If you don't, let's see if you can make out the word here. You'll be able to make out his name. I just got to start it where it starts. That is the N-E-R-O. That is Nero. And then Caesar is the C-A-E-S-A-R. A gold aureus of Caesar, of Nero, pardon me, a gold aureus of Caesar Nero. And Jupiter, I think is what that says, J-U-P-I-T-E-R. I think that's what we've got on the back here, Jupiter seated. Is that what this is? Jupiter seated, which I see STD and I always think it stands for standing, but that's STG. Also, I think STD stands for something else. Banker's mark on this guy, VG details, good strike, overall good surface quality. Super excited about this coin, $2,500, and it's really neat piece. Speaking of neat coins, 1924 Denver Mint. This is actually a very strong strike for a 1924D. You'll see the head on this is, you see some detail in the mouth and the eye and the nose, but also the head is a little bit lacking there in the center point. Not as bad as like a 1926 Denver, but really very original surface quality to this piece. $396. Apparently people get offended when you put odd numbers on coins. I find it to be kind of, fun. 1880. So this one is interesting to me. So this coin, I am not pricing based exactly on what you would call gray sheet. First of all, the grade of this coin is a 65 Prooflike with the CAC. One of the things that I really like about this coin, and I paid extra and I'm pricing it for extra, is not necessarily because I consider it to be a deep mirror Prooflike. That would sometimes you see DPL or DMPL. I am pricing it because the contrast is so strong in this coin, and I rarely see coins that have that strong of contrast. So by contrast, I mean just that black and white finish. The obverse, I do think, by the way, is dimple. When you see that really strong reflective. The reverse is probably like 80% to a dimple, right? It's just probably a little too satiny, but overall, a very, very nice coin. Oh man, I got some cool stuff to show you yet here. I've got a few more coins to get through today, and then we'll wrap it up and we'll get some more tomorrow. 1932 from the San Francisco Mint. And I thought this coin had a really cool little look to it for someone who's putting together a quarter set. The uncirculated version of these are going to be hundreds and hundreds of dollars. And this one is really attractive. It's an AU58. It's $320, and it's just a cool piece. And I had to get it. Had to try it. Okay, so we've got something that was new at the show, which I kind of thought was interesting. So I purchased some. And for those of you who collect cards, for a long while now, there have been baseball and hockey and basketball cards that'll have the card, and then they'll have a fragment of the jersey from the person in their jersey that they wore. So these are something I've never seen before, and I bought a few, and I'll probably buy a few more, because after I got home, I thought I should have bought more of these. Original bag fragment. So they actually have a piece of the original cloth bags that the coins are shipped in. See, there's a little picture of a bag and then a piece of cloth. That's how they do the jerseys also. And they've got lots of different Morgans in these. And they're just kind of cool. I mean, I know that people think they're going to be gimmicky, and maybe they are gimmicky, but I just think it's kind of fun. Because the bank bags themselves can trade for thousands, and I mean $5,000 to $10,000, depending on which bank it is from. So my understanding is that the bank bag will match up with the mint. So this is a Philly mint, so that was a Philly bag. And these are $120 each on those. I've got a couple of those. So this is an 1898 O. So the little piece of cloth in there would have been from the New Orleans Mint. And also, they had an original bag of buffaloes. And so there's a ton of these beautiful buffaloes. And I got to buy more of these because I thought these were also stunning coins. Same thing though, they had the original bag that they were shipped in. And super cool coins, high grade. Most of them were in that 66 range with the fibers from the cloth bag all there. Kind of cool. So 120 on those guys. I got a couple of those, and I'm going to see if I can get a couple more in so that we can have more of them. I just think they're kind of fun. Kind of a new, this is the thing, and if you watch my video from yesterday, I talked about something innovative. I thought this was innovative. All right, I've got 3 more things I think I'm going to show you now, and 2 of them are possibly not for sale. This is at the moment not for sale. Some of you may have seen a video where I showed off a war nickel that looked like a reverse proof. Well, if you look at this coin here, this has the same thing going on. Look at just all this crazy activity on this side of the coin, and it looks like somebody just took an eraser and throttled it. Well, there's that reverse proof look. Check that out. Bazingas. So this is actually, apparently this is actually a VAM. Over-polished die. And man, I don't know if this is going to be available on the website or not for sale because it's the first one I've ever seen in person. I think it's super cool. I'm fascinated with like really overly polished dies, especially since I saw that war nickel that I was calling a reverse proof. And this is what you call ugly beautiful. I mean, it's just strange. Look at the contrast on that. Pretty cool. Yeah, I mean, if it is for sale, it might be a little pricey. I will show you what's next. Okay, I'm gonna run out of room here because I didn't do this right. So this was kind of cool because it's in this old envelope, 1941 proof set. And of course, I gotta fill this part in still for you. A safe place for your valuables. So what's interesting about this is this envelope looks and feels like it was designed to hold this, which maybe it was, and maybe it wasn't. But also it has an old sliding holder here. You know, you can slide out the edges. And has a 1941 proof set in it. So we'll take a little bit of a look here. See what we can see. Do you see what I see? You know, it's got a little bit of what you'd call environmental damage to it on that, but the field quality, so through the plastics, a little cool, a little nice. So of course, this is really all about the overall package here, which is to say, you know, it is as an item really cool with the old holder in the envelope. And this guy, I think we're gonna have this priced at about $1,100. Just kind of a fun piece of history. From 1941. And finally, this thing that I definitely bought for myself was something that, you know, I fall in love with things that are pretty. And this little wood box with, oops, I got to get this line back onto the center. There we go. This is a Civil War era compass. And I thought it was stunning. And I was like, oh man, I'm going to buy that. And then I thought, oh, how am I going to get that home safely? But it's here. And really a beautiful, beautiful piece. Happy to have it. You know, sometimes I buy stuff that's just kind of esoteric, even though I don't know what it is and don't know what the value is, and maybe paid too much for. I don't know. All right, guys. Thanks so much for joining me. Look forward to more tomorrow. I'm Ben the Coin Geek. You can subscribe by clicking on the owl button in the corner and watch more videos on the right side of the screen. Thanks.